Philadelphia, we are losing our minds right now because the blueprint for 2026 just leaked, and it is absolute madness. Our secondary is shifting in a way no one expected, and it is about to get explosive in the link. This isn't just a small tweak, because this changes the entire DNA of how we hunt on defense. We are building the strongest tribe in the NFL right here, so hit that subscribe button and join the family as we chase 3,000 subscribers today. Tell me your city in the comments because we are taking over together right now, fam. Listen to me very closely because the Philadelphia Eagles are about to unleash a tactical nightmare on the rest of the league. The headline name you need to burn into your brain right now is Cooper Dejean because he is the key to everything Vic Fangio is building in this secondary. We are looking at a historic level of versatility that we haven't seen in this city for a very long time, and it is honestly ridiculous how much pressure this puts on opposing quarterbacks. The word is out that Cooper Dejean is going to be on the field for every single snap possible, which means he is playing safety when we are in our base defense. Now, I know what you are thinking because we don't run base defense that often, and you are right, but that 8 to 10% of the time matters because it keeps our best playmaker on the grass. When we transition into that nickel look, which is where the real war happens, Cooper Dejean is sliding right into the slot to lock people down. This creates a massive opening and an explosive competition for that second safety spot right next to Andrew Mukuba. Do you realize how crazy this is for our defensive rotation in 2026? We are talking about a player in Cooper Dejean who can effectively erase entire sections of the field, regardless of the formation. Vic Fangio is finally getting the chess pieces he needs to execute his vision, and the energy around the facility is just different this year. It feels like we are finally playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. What do you think about Cooper Dejean moving around like this? Is it too much for a young player, or is he exactly the hybrid weapon we have been praying for? I want to hear your thoughts because this move defines our entire defensive identity for the upcoming season and beyond. This is the grit and the intensity we expect from a Philadelphia Eagles defender. We are truly witnessing the birth of a new defensive era now. Now let us talk about the man who is currently leading the charge for that open spot because Marcus Epps is the leader in the clubhouse right now. When Cooper Dejean isn't playing safety, which is going to be about 80% of the time, the responsibility falls squarely on the shoulders of Marcus Epps to hold the line next to Andrew Mukuba. Don't be fooled by the noise because the Philadelphia Eagles are playing a very specific game here. They are not running base defense all day long, so this whole plan is really just a genius way to ensure that Cooper Dejean never has to leave the field. When Cooper Dejean moves into the slot, it is Marcus Epps who is in the lead to take over that deep middle. Vic Fangio actually spoke about this recently, and he sounded incredibly impressed with what he saw. He said he was pleasantly surprised by the way Marcus Epps performed when he had to step up last year. Marcus Epps showed the kind of veteran experience and natural instincts that you just cannot coach. He has that internal clock and that feel for the game that makes him a reliable partner for Andrew Mukuba in the back end. Vic Fangio mentioned that he doesn't even consider him an old player at this stage, but he is definitely a seasoned veteran who knows how to navigate the chaos of an NFL Sunday. The truth is that if Marcus Epps can stay healthy and injury-free, he is the clear favorite to win this job outright. The coaching staff is banking on his consistency and his ability to communicate, because in this system, one mistake can lead to a disaster. Do you trust Marcus Epps to be the steady hand we need while our young stars are flying around making plays? It is a raw reality that we need a veteran presence back there, and Marcus Epps seems to be the guy they trust to keep the roof on the defense. It is all about that chemistry between everyone in the room. But here is the part that might make some of you a little nervous because we need to talk about the money and the raw depth behind the starters. The Philadelphia Eagles have not exactly been breaking the bank at the safety position this year. In fact, we have only spent about $8 million there, which ranks us 31st in the entire NFL for spending at that position. It is a huge gamble because we are essentially banking on Marcus Epps being adequate enough to play at a high level on a very team-friendly contract. This allows us to pay the big money to our premium positions while hoping our scouting department found some diamonds in the rough. Vic Fangio was very clear that this is an open competition, and he is looking at everyone. He mentioned Michael Carter is getting a serious look back there along with Andre Sam. We even signed an undrafted free agent named Kapena Gushikin who is in the mix to surprise everyone. Then you have JT Gray, who has been an absolute legend on special teams for us, but now he is finally getting a real look to see if he can contribute on the actual defense. The The Philadelphia Eagles management wants to give Marcus Epps every opportunity to win this, but they are not closing the door on adding someone else later this offseason if things don't look right. It is a high-stakes game of poker, and the front office is betting that their system can elevate these players. Are you comfortable with us being 31st in spending at safety? Or do you think Howie Roseman needs to pick up the phone right now and bring in another veteran? This is where the tension starts to build, because we have championship aspirations, and we cannot afford a weak link in the chain. The pressure is on every single one of those guys to prove they belong in this secondary. It is about who wants it more when the lights are the brightest for us. Let us get back to the absolute ceiling of this defense, because what Cooper Dejean brings to the table is something we haven't felt since the days of Malcolm Jenkins. Remember how Malcolm Jenkins was everywhere at once and it was literally impossible to take him off the field? That is exactly the vibe we are getting from Cooper Dejean in this 2026 season. The stats are honestly mind-blowing because Cooper Dejean has never allowed a single touchdown pass while playing in the slot. Think about that for a second because it is a ridiculous level of dominance. He has actually scored more touchdowns himself than he has allowed in coverage, which is the definition of a game changer. The Philadelphia Eagles are desperate for a ball hawk and a playmaker who can flip the momentum in a heartbeat, and that is exactly why they are moving him around. The key piece to this entire puzzle is the addition of Rick Woolen because his presence changes everything. Since Rick Woolen is strictly an outside cornerback who will be starting opposite of Quinyon Mitchell, it frees up Cooper Dejean to focus entirely on the slot and the safety roles. We don't have to worry about moving Cooper Dejean to the outside like we did during training camp last year. Those days are gone, and the plan is finally clear. We have a player who could be an all-pro defensive back, and honestly, an all-pro safety if he played there full-time. The luxury we have is that Cooper Dejean doesn't have to stay in one spot, but we can still use his elite instincts to bait quarterbacks into terrible mistakes. Every time the ball is in the air, I want it near Cooper Dejean because he is the type of player who turns a boring third down into a house call. This is the kind of aggressive storytelling our defense needs to write this year. It is about being fast and being violent and being smarter than the guy across from you in every play. This vision of the future for the Philadelphia Eagles secondary is something that should have every fan in this city hyped out of their minds. We are seeing a masterclass in roster construction where we blend elite young talent like Cooper Dejean and Quinyon Mitchell with veteran stability like Marcus Epps and Rick Woolen. If this plan works, and Cooper Dejean becomes the all-pro monster we all know he can be, then this defense is going to be a nightmare for every offensive coordinator in the league. We are building something special here, and I can feel the energy shifting in our favor. But I need to know if you believe in this vision as much as I do. Is banking on Marcus Epps and a low-budget safety room a stroke of genius, or is it a disaster waiting to happen? Do you think Cooper Dejean is the next Malcolm Jenkins for this franchise? I want you to flood the comments right now with your fire and your honest opinions, because this is our team and our season. We are a tribe, and we stand together through the wins and the losses, but right now, the potential is sky high. We are pushing for 3,000 subscribers today, and I want every single one of you to be part of this journey as we cover every single move this team makes. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate community in football, because we don't just watch the games, we live them. The 2026 season is going to be a wild ride, and you do not want to miss a single second of the action as we hunt for another ring. The competition is open, and the stakes have never been higher for our boys in green. It is time to show the world what Philadelphia is all about, and how we defend our house with everything we have. Let us go get what belongs to us. Fly, Eagles, fly.